The first session after lunch that nobody falls asleep. That is my only goal. All right, so I'm going to be keeping track. I'm going to be coming by and make sure you're awake. Hopefully, some of the things we learn about will be, in and of themselves, interesting enough to keep you awake. Again, thank you to the sponsors. Anybody here from one of the sponsoring organizations? We can thank you personally. All right, well, thank you. Okay, so a couple years ago, I was working for a company, and in my team, I had some colleagues who worked in Greece, in Thessaloniki. And so I finally got to visit my teammates in Thessaloniki. I'm from the United States. And so my friend Leo, he said he lived in Thessaloniki. He said, "Matt, I will pick you up at your hotel, and I'll take you to the office." I thought that was very nice. I didn't have to take a taxi. And so Leo comes to, here's Leo there. He comes to my hotel and pulls up in his car and, shake his hand. It's good to meet you in person. And in between the seats, there's 3 coffees. 3, like to-go coffees. And I said, "Oh, are we picking up someone else? There's the 2 of us. We have 3 coffees. And he said, No. Matt, all 3 of these coffees are for you." So that's very nice Greek hospitality. I didn't know that's a custom. And he said, "Well, I know that you like coffee because you've talked about coffee before, but I didn't know which kind you like. So this first coffee is just black coffee, nothing in it. The second one is with milk and sugar. And the third one is how we like it to take it here in Thessaloniki. It's Freddo. I think many countries have Freddo, a cold coffee." And I said, "Thank you, Leo. This is very nice of you." And I said, "I think I'm going to try the Freddo because I like, when I'm in a different country, I like to try whatever's local. I'll try the Freddo." So he takes me back to the office, and I'm meeting with a group, maybe about this size, and introducing ourselves. And I said, "By the way, who are the coffee experts in the room? Anybody here a coffee expert? You would say you're a coffee expert? Yeah. You can like raise your hand all that." Okay. A humble coffee expert. Okay. Well, there were a couple people who were like, "Yeah, I love coffee. I know my coffee." And I said, "Right. So if I had you 2 people, if I kept you in this room all day, and I asked you the question, what kind of coffee should we get for Matt? You and all of your coffee expertise, would you be any closer to the answer?" And of course, they had to admit they would not, right? So it was a great lesson in the limitation of expertise, right? And so in my talk earlier today, I talked about how certain domains that we're working in have limitations, right? So in the complicated space, that's the domain of experts, right? If we just think about it, work on it, figure it out, analyze it, we can get the answer. But when we're thinking in a different space, we're going to be needing to do a different approach. And that's exactly the approach that Leo, he was just trying to be kind and considerate, but unwittingly he knew he was actually discovering something that was really important for us. So again, so you saw this earlier. This is called Cynefin. Is anybody familiar with the concept? Yeah, okay, we have a few people. Okay, so good. So there's some knowledge. So again, the idea is that we want to think about emergent practices here. And the idea is that we can't figure out things ahead of time necessarily. We can make some guesses, but fundamentally it's unknowable because that's the problem space, right? We're interacting with things we can't possibly know. So again, you saw these things. We're working in uncertainty. Even the simple example of me wanting a coffee was an uncertain thing. All right, so anyway, so it's all about experimentation. So if you do nothing else, just try experiments. You inculcate an experiment mindset. And this is, again, Amazon. This is just how they work, right? Doing experiments all day long. Right, so we've got different people talking about, is anybody familiar with modern Agile? This is a newer kind of repackaging of the old Agile. I guess it's old enough that we can repackage it. So Lean Startup talks about the idea of pivoting. Again, that's just the idea, it's learning from experiments. We've got SAFe, talks about the benefit hypothesis, right? If you're using that. And then Cynefin, again, you can't follow recipes. This is a really important thing for us to know. The recipes no longer work, right? You may have some ingredients, but fundamentally there's maybe ingredients we don't know what we're dealing with. Okay. And then again, DevOps talks about experimentation, and of course Deming from many decades ago was already talking about this in his PDCA. Right. So what is the scientific method? Anybody? Experimenting. Okay. Any other ways to think about it?
Hypothesis testing.
Hypothesis testing. Good. Yep. Very good. Yep. So I think there's 3 keys here. So acknowledging that we're limited. This is maybe the hardest step. Is, like I said earlier, acknowledging that I don't know. That's hard, especially in our structures where we're really kind of incentivized to know. It's hard to say we don't know, but we'll try something. And then assuming that we'll find things out through testing rather than analysis. And then the third thing is just appreciating that whatever kind of information we get is learning. It's not failure per se, but it's a sense of learning from whatever, so it's an openness. So we're going to do a couple things today to help us get in that mind. Okay, so we don't have any like vials or Bunsen burners or anything like that. It's not going to be a laboratory environment. It's going to be something like this. Oh no. I pressed the wrong button. Now you've seen everything. Right. Has anybody played this game?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We have a couple. Expert maybe. Okay. Do you want to explain how this game works?
I played it during the pandemic. It's Wordle, right?
It's Wordle. Yes.
Yeah. So you have to guess the word by choosing random combinations of letters.
Yep.
Believing or assuming you know what those letters are, and then if you get one right, you get the green.
Yeah.
Which is right. If you're close, if it's green, you've got it in the right place. It's coming back to me. Bear with me. If it's orange or yellow, it's in the sequence but in the wrong place.
Correct. Yep.
And then you use that information to continue on to try and get the word and letters in the right place.
Exactly right. Perfect. Yes. Okay. So clear as day. If it's not, that's okay because we're going to learn. So does anybody do ensemble development, ensemble pairing, or ensemble programming? Some people call it mob programming. Wait, anybody familiar with pairing? Pairing, okay. So where 2 people are working together at once on the same problem, right? So mobbing, some people don't like mobbing, especially in the corporate environment. It has connotations of, angry mobs, right? So we call it ensemble. It's like more like a symphony music, that feels better. Anyway, so we're going to do pairing, but with the whole group, okay? So maybe a couple people. If you've played Wordle, it's probably easier. So would you like to be one of the people that come up and do the keyboard?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Come on up. And then maybe one other person who you don't have to know anything. You don't have to know Wordle, but you can just facilitate. Anybody know how to facilitate? Yeah. Okay. Come on up. Come on. Okay. So here's the deal. So introduce yourself to
I'm Zia.
Zia.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Mistry. Okay. Oh. Okay. So. All right, so Zia, you're a smart guy, but you're going to be dumb today. Okay, so have a seat, and you're actually going to be the keyboard guy.
All right.
Okay, and Nistri. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, Nistri is going to be our facilitator.
Okay.
Okay, and you're going to give commands to Zia.
Okay.
Tell him what to type, right? But you're going to listen to the entire audience.
Okay.
All right, so you're all pairing with Nistri. Okay, Nistri. All right, and then so on and so forth. So let me get this for us here. I think we can just do this, and it's all ready for you. Let me just test it. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So there's a word. It's English word. So if English is not your first language, it might be a little more difficult. But that's the beauty of having everybody together. All right. We're all on the team. All right. So would you like to invite the group to suggest a 5-letter word?
Yeah.
5-letter word, and then. Zia, you don't have any, you're just listening, you're taking orders, okay?
And I'll choose a random group.
Anyway, no, you can just invite people to talk to you, and you have to make a decision.
Okay, so invite you.
Oh, anyone who.
Okay. Who wants to come?
Or just say a word. Yeah.
Say a word,
A 5-letter word.
Space.
Space.
Space. Water.
Water. What else?
8.
8. Okay. This table.
Number 8.
Okay.
Okay.
You get to make a decision now.
Space. 8. Yeah.
Type in space.
Type in space.
That's your word you want to start with. Okay, space. Yeah. Okay, good. Interesting.
Can I
Yeah.
type as well, or am I allowed to type?
You can talk a little bit. Enter. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. So let's see what we have. Right. Okay. So just as a reminder, so there is the letter A in the word somewhere. It is not in the third spot. Okay. All right. So we need another word.
Yeah.
From the group.
Word. You might want to change your mind about the word, or you're sticking with it.
I've changed my mind because it's a very difficult one. Maybe go with water. Water.
Water. Okay. Water.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. All right. So here's what we know. We know that the A is in the correct place, and it ends in R. We also know that there is no S, no P, no C, no W, and exactly. All right.
So 8. I think you are changing your mind about 8.
Absolutely.
So any other words? Just a random word that has A and R. I'm not seeing a B. I'm not seeing a Z. I'm not seeing an I. So trying to help. I'm not seeing the letter J. Think about maybe a color that has letters that have A, that have R. It cannot be green because we have these. But maybe you can pick something that at least we will have a letter more. Maybe not in the right place, but more letters. Yes? Rabbits. Okay, let's give it a try. Rabbits.
That's double B.
No, that's not first.
Oh, why not say that?
No, rabbit, no. R-A-B-B-I-T, no.
That's not.
Make it rabbit.
Rabbit.
It's
Okay.
okay, give it a try.
You could
Maybe
do-
we will have more letters. It's okay if it's the wrong
Make
word.
it H. Habit.
Habit, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a word.
But just 1 second. We have the R and it's the last letter and it was in the wrong, in the right.
No,
Okay.
because
What about favor? F-A-V-O-R, favor, or is it spelled O-U-R? Favor. F-A-V,
Good question.
Favor
British
someone.
spelling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zia, you are welcome to participate. You don't need to be completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To favor someone.
All right.
Let's give it a try.
Let's try. Okay. Oh.
It is. So I thought I could. I changed it to. It was on American English, and I changed it to British English because I thought this group might be.
I'm not seeing the letter N also.
Matter.
Matter. Okay.
That's
But
double.
it's the same.
That's double T. That's two
Double
T's.
T and
Yeah.
There's no T.
if it's a gray, so the letter does not exist
Correct.
in the word.
That's right.
So the letter E is
What
not
what about banner?
Oh, sorry.
banner.
Banner.
Banner is double N, right? Or
Here, just close the. There you go. Yeah.
Letter, ban,
Banner.
and letter.
Matthew, is it like the word has two A's? Does it say that it has two A's?
Ah.
The yellow A is not placed correctly, right?
Okay. Good point. Yes, it could have multiple A's.
Yeah.
It's just not. There's no A in the middle column.
What
Yeah.
about birds?
Birds. Okay,
Birds.
let's give it a try.
birds.
Birds.
Okay.
But the R is
Birds.
Okay. That's a word, right? That's a legitimate word.
Okay.
Okay.
So again, the R is a good letter, but the last one will be last.
Okay.
So think about a word that finished by R.
Yep.
And the second letter is A.
Alter, A-L-T-E-R.
There's an E there, so E is not there.
Later,
Later.
alter or A-L-T-E.
Later. But which letter
G
is
is not there. G and E are not there.
What about kafir? What about kafir?
Are you using an AI tool like there?
Kafir?
Kafir.
Could be.
Let's see.
Yes, facilitator.
Let's go.
No.
Ah, okay. Hey.
Okay, so the letter K is not an option, the letter F is not an option, the I is not an option.
Mm.
Can we try did we use the letter B? Yes. Did we use
B,
the
no.
letter O?
B is
Labor.
Yeah, but B is not an option.
Labor.
I thought about it, but B is
B
not
is
an
not
option.
there.
Oh,
M,
B is not an
we don't
option.
have any M or N.
Yeah,
So-
N.
And B.
Can we try
N-O-R,
F-A-N-O-R?
N.
Oh, is it?
F-A-N-O-R.
Manner.
Manner, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hey! All right. Okay, very nice. Okay, so first of all, thank you to both of you all. Actually, you did really well. Like, most people don't. Have you done? You haven't done ensemble work before, right? Or mobbing? Yeah, a little bit. Okay, all right. So, but they did a really nice job because, again, Zia respected his role, right? And Nistri, she was very good because you could have probably forced what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
But you were actually very solicitous of the group. So anyway, that's really nice. So and so if you were doing, I'm just giving you kind of an extra lesson here. This is not anything to do with experiments. But if you want to do this kind of work, you all were engaged in the same problem. And it was the power of the group that led to good answers, right? And so anyway, but you did a nice job soliciting and feeding that to Zia anyway. Okay, so good. So yeah, interesting. So, well, first of all, good job, you won. Let me just leave this up for a minute, though. What happened, like, as you went through the guessing process? You know, one of the things you said, oh, do you want to change your mind about what word after we got the first word? How did that go for you all? I don't know if we have a microphone if you want to share. Anyone? Yeah.
I asked the question because turns out it's not working. Like, let's say it was
Yeah.
not working for us.
Yeah.
So why not change? It's time. We
Yeah.
have another chance.
Yeah.
So let's take it.
Yeah, good. It wasn't working, let's change it. Okay, good. Was there any penalty, like to changing? Was there any?
No.
No, I wasn't like going to shock you or something if you get the wrong thing.
It just came to my mind actually. So I was sitting there typing. I had ideas, which I was happy not to share. I can recognize some of the ideas were incorrect or wouldn't work, but we still accepted them.
Right.
And I thought that was really powerful actually, because
Yeah.
typically we might be pushed to say, no, that's a wrong idea, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Let's just do what we think is right. But actually through that mechanism, we actually got to the answer quicker.
Yeah.
And we actually included people who would give them confidence.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think we all have kind of this natural tendency. We want to be right, so we easily fear to give a wrong answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that might kind of slow us down to give a suggestion.
Yeah.
So at least that's what I kind of feel.
Yeah.
It slows down because you want to get everything right rather than just try something.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, looking at our failure rate and success rate, how many times did we get the wrong word? 4. We got the so we're succeeding 20% of the time, right? So because we're doing small failures, it makes it easier for us to do that. The other thing, I think picking up on what Zia said, we're all coming along together. But have you ever been in a situation where you're arguing with someone for a long, like hours? Like you pick your whatever it is, and oftentimes it's just faster to try something. Right? We could have argued, is water the best second word? Okay, there's like thousands of other 5-letter words, right? Let's just try it. There was no cost to try, or very low cost.
Thank you. It's amazing. This is my first time I see this again.
You can be addicted to this. You can really. Anyway, it's a fun game.
But I thought that the third opportunity was not necessarily that we shouldn't have taken it because we lost an opportunity and it would have affected our success of finding the word, because the last letter should be R and the second letter should be A, and with the word birds we lost those two places to come up with other options.
Yeah.
So that is a lost opportunity. We would have learned from it as well, but most probably we haven't learned from it anything because all the other letters didn't come through.
Okay.
But yeah, this is just a thought.
Okay, an interesting, a very, very provocative thought. That we didn't learn anything. Okay, I saw his hand, and I'll come back to you. That we didn't learn anything on the word birds, right? Oh, did I? I don't want to misphrase you.
I mean, anything we will learn from it. But how much we will learn is the idea.
Okay.
Because we could have learned more without losing an opportunity like that. We won't be able to get it, but we would have learned better than the word birds, because we should keep, after we got the A and R right, we should keep the A and R in these places and then try.
Okay.
And then we will learn better in that way.
Okay, interesting. Hold that thought. We might have someone disagreeing with you.
I think it's probably going to be similar comments, but then it's an opportunity cost on what the experiment is. So if that's not the word, then we learned that B is not in the word, we learned that I is not in the word, and we learned that D is not in the word. So even if it's failure, there's always learning. And even if it's one letter of learning, maybe that's still sufficient.
Yeah, good. Okay, yeah. Any other different points? Okay, now I'll come to you.
Yeah, I think it was a matter of showing how failing quickly is good. Mm-hmm. Because in that, like you just said, we learned about the B and the I and the D, and that's an easy word we could come up with.
Yeah.
To look for a better word would have taken more time.
Okay.
So
it would have, yeah. Yeah, good. Okay.
I just totally agree. We are a bit blocked, so let's say any word, so we will find out more and we will faster after.
Yeah.
So I join.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay. You want to change your... No,
What I want to add here, because we have 6 opportunities, so we need to make sure that within these 6 opportunities we are successful. So in each trial, if we are going to lose like the word birds, we may not get it. But if we want to build up upon each trial, that will make the process streamlined. The streamlining of the process to find the word is very important, because we want to guess, we will make mistakes and we will learn from them. But how efficient that mistake we are making and how we are building up upon our success as well. It looks like that birds, for example, kafir, we build up upon our successes of the A and R. That is efficient.
Yeah.
But birds is not efficient because we didn't build upon our success. Maybe we built upon our failure. We need to be more efficient to figure out the right thing. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, some very interesting thoughts here. Yeah, go ahead.
I would say that I don't necessarily think that the primary factor should be streamlining for efficiency. I think it should be giving everybody the opportunity to fail. And everybody learns at different paces and in different ways. Yeah. So that you might have understood the rules of the game and what is streamlining at that point. It doesn't mean that everybody else in the room had at the same time as you. And if you are pushing for only streamlining efficiency, what you might be doing is shutting down voices who would contribute to a much better outcome in the end, purely in the name of streamlining and efficiency.
Yeah, good point. Thank you. Yeah, actually, so I'm gonna take a counterpoint here. I'm gonna say that birds wasn't efficient enough. we might have tried a word that didn't have any of the, we already knew that there was R in there, right? You might have tried a word that didn't have any letters because we were efficiently eliminating possibilities, right? And so again, this is a great example of complexity because now that we know the word, now it's like, whatever time it is, we know and we can, so we have retrospective coherence. So, now we can, of course, see how we got to that answer, but how do we know that when we played birds, that actually didn't help us? Because it eliminated 1, 2, 3, 4 letters for us, right?
S was already.
S, sorry, thank you. All right, so so I would have even been more bold, actually, because it limited our learning, right? So again, there's different ways to think about efficiency, all right? So, and our path need not be linear in terms of what it looks like. Of course, now that we can see the entire answer, we know how we got there, but that wasn't clear from the beginning. All right, it was a complex problem. Very simple, complex problem, but it was complex. Anyway, any other thoughts on this? Yeah. I probably don't need to use this microphone. I think I have my thing.
According to me, it's more like most of the people don't know about what exactly and how exactly we need to play this game.
Yeah.
So we are experimenting, and also we need to be thoughtful. Yeah. And then we are doing the experiments, okay, do this, and then we are learning and experimenting. Yeah. So we are doing those both things together.
Yeah.
And at the end, like by the giving respect to each other and sharing ideas together, we get the results.
Love it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think, I agree with these points that expectations from the beginning, that everyone had a good understanding what we are doing. Mm-hmm. So we check this at the beginning before we start, because you might, some people get frustrated, they are not coping with the pace of other people. So I think alignment is kind of starting point of doing something.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's great. You have great learning. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like right now we had the luxury of time, so we can try and let everyone collaborate. What if we did not have the luxury of time or cost or whatever, and we needed to solve this one, or else we're all gonna die? Would we be able to include like the people who doesn't know how to play the game and then focus only on the experts?
Yeah, that's a good point. A good question.
That's crisis management.
It's what?
That's crisis management when you don't.
Crisis management, yeah. So that's actually, I'll go back a little bit here. Can you all hear me okay, or do I need the microphone? Yeah, okay, all right. If I go back, actually, you see this here. That's probably, we're acting kind of on this liminal area here. In chaos, when like the house is on fire, essentially, right? We don't have time to estimate how many buckets of water we need. We just do it, right? So that's good. Another lesson in complexity and Cynefin is understanding what kind of domain we're working in. Now, I would still probably approach the solution in the same way, but I would probably, as you kind of allude, opt for people who, there's not a learning curve for the game. Yeah, but I would still approach it through experimentation. Right?
In that movie, Apollo 13, where he says failure is not the option.
Yeah.
You wouldn't play this game basically in that scenario.
Yeah, so okay, so what does that mean for us? Failure, yeah, and that's a great, there's a friend of mine, his name is Carl Scotland, who lives in the UK and has, and he's not Scottish, but his name is Scotland anyway. Anyway, he has a talk, it's called Failure is Not an Option. It's a requirement, in a sense, right? So we fail small in order, so does anybody know John Cleese? The comedian, British comedian, Monty Python, right? So, Fish Called Wanda, yeah, lots of different things. Anyway, he has this talk he gives about, I forget the name. He has a guided missile. We'll call him Gary the guided missile. I don't think that's his name. Anyway, he says that there's a guided missile. Imagine a missile, and he's listening to the mission control. And he launches, and he's going to destroy a meteor that's coming for the Earth, right? And they say, okay, go up a little bit. So he goes up a little bit. And I say, okay, no, go down a little bit. And then go left a little bit, go right, go up a little bit. And finally, he hits the meteor, saves the Earth. Right, so Gary, the guided meteor, or guided missile, is failing all the time. Like 1,000 little corrections, right? But ultimately, he succeeds. And so, again, that's the kind of mindset we want to be thinking about here. Okay, so, right, we've been here. Let's keep going. All right, so good. B1, and okay. All right, we're going to do another thing. All right, now that you've played one game that you didn't know necessarily how to play, I'm almost sure nobody has played this game. That's because it's a made-up game by actually Carl Scotland and me. So it's called Eleusis Expeditious, which doesn't really mean anything at all. Okay, so we're going to play with cards. So I think maybe if we could converge on 4 tables, so you can self-organize. I won't tell you where to go. 4 tables, that's the goal. Everybody sitting at 4 tables. Okay. So, yep, good job. Good self-organizing, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, good. Okay, so we're going to play a game. So in this game, you play at your table, and there's going to be one person who's called the Oracle. Okay? That person has a secret rule known only to yourself. Okay? So for example, here, the rule is each card has to be a different color from the card before it. Okay? So each person at the table, so we'll have a deck of cards like this. You turn over the first card, and it's a 6 of diamonds, right? Put that on the table. And then the next person turns over the next card and puts that card either next to that or below it, based on whether that person thinks it follows the rule. Okay? So for example, tell me your name?
Sami.
Sami. Okay, Sami draws the 3 of diamonds, and he says, okay, I think it follows the rule. Maybe he thinks the rule is like, it has to be diamonds. And I'm the Oracle, and I say, no, that does not follow the rule, because it's not different. So I put that below. All right, so the next person draws a card, and you can put it either next to it or below. Okay, you think it does not follow the rule? Okay, that is correct. Would you like to make a guess about the rule?
Maybe it has a black card previous to it.
Okay, it needs to have a black card? Or previous?
Previous.
Okay,
and
that.
If I have to place it here,
yep.
It should be a black card.
Ah, okay.
Before or after.
Okay. Alternate black and rule, black and white, or black and red. Yes, that is correct. That is the rule, okay? Right? So that has to be different. Okay, so the game ends, and now you get to be the Oracle. Okay? So I have a list of rules. All right? Yeah, I'll shuffle. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's what it will look like. Hello. Okay, so rule. Yep, you guys are learning it. Okay, so the main line, the line at the top, those are cards that follow the rule. Okay, cards that do not follow the rule are put on the sidelines. If you turn over a card and you put it in the correct spot, whether it's on the main line or on the sideline, if you're correct, then you get to offer a guess. Okay? I think that's it.
Sorry, can the rule be an exact card? Or the rule has to be like color?
The rule could be an exact card.
And it can be color, number, and the sign.
Any kind of quality about that you can figure out with a deck of cards.
Right?
There are 3. Yeah, okay. Yes, and it's very simple. Yeah, okay.
It could be like an exact card. It could be an exact card.
Yes, okay. So the Oracle, so to start with, I'm going to give you a couple suggested rules. All right, so I'm going to invite someone from your table to come forward and talk to me, and I will show you some rules, okay? So the best rules are the ones that are more elegant and simple. All right, so Tell me your name.
Me?
Yeah.
Monel.
Okay, Monen?
Monel. Yeah.
Monel. Okay, I'm not going to have you be Oracle until later, okay? So, because you've got a very insidious, very sinister rule. Anyway, so, okay, no, that's fine. Okay, but actually, we're going to learn from that, okay, if you get to be Oracle, okay? So, any questions about the game? I think you'll get it. I'll come around and make sure everybody's playing properly. No cheating. Okay, any questions before we get started? I know it's a lot, but you'll figure it out. And again, the face cards are treated as numbers if you're using sequencing. Yep. Okay. Right. Okay. One person from each table, please come forward. Even voluntold? Ah. Okay, come on around here. Just one. Oh, yes, just one from each table. Okay, so I'll let you choose one of these rules here. All right. Okay. So you have your rule? Okay. Okay.
Okay, I will choose another one.
No, you can do it. It's fine. You're in different tables. You can use that. It's fine. Okay, you got one? Okay. All right. You know what to do? You change your mind. Okay, well, you can go ahead and get started. Take a pack of cards. You as the Oracle turn over the first card, and then the next person goes. You got it? Take a card. Take a deck. Yep. You have cards? All right, here, maybe. So maybe we can. Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, get you started. Okay. Okay. The main line, yeah. Make it here. Make space for the. So, because it's going to exactly. Yeah. Who's your Oracle? Oh. Come with me. You're like, ah. Okay, here are some suggested rules. You may choose one. Okay. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so deck of cards. Do you have your cards? Okay, there we go. All right, let me make some space here. Okay, so we'll turn over the first card. All right, so build this way. Okay, so
follows the rule.
Correct.
If it doesn't follow the rule, just keep it your.
Correct. Okay, you want to go first? Turn it over. All right, now you get to decide. Does it follow the rule or does it not follow the rule? You think it does? Okay, that means you get to guess.
Yeah.
You answered with yes.
Yeah, so I'm telling her it follows the rule. So now
yeah, she has to be honest.
Yes. What is the rule? From the pattern.
No, it's following the rule.
Following the rule is
And you just simply say no or yes or no.
Following the rule.
That's not the rule.
So now when you move this one.
Correct. Yeah, you put it there. No, it still follows the rule, but that's not the rule.
I'm not following the rule. Okay. So I can. It's my turn now.
Who's the Oracle here?
I feel like the Oracle.
Oh no, you don't get to. No, everyone else. You just tell them whether that's right or wrong.
Okay.
Joker definitely follows the rule.
Yeah.
No.
No. So you make a guess. You put it where you think it is. You say, I put it here.
I cannot advise them?
No. They're trying to guess your mind.
Right? So even if he says it doesn't follow the rule, we can put it under.
No. He'll tell you where to put it after you guess. After well, you were these off to the side?
These are not the rules.
This is your card. Okay. Now you put it where you think it should go. You put it here if you think it follows the rule. Or you put it here.
So we shouldn't ask him?
Not yet. You put it, and you does it follow the rule?
Yeah.
Is it incorrect? No. Okay. All right. Next person.
Okay. Now I need to describe something.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now that entitles you to a guess. You get to guess the rule.
But don't jump to conclusion.
Okay.
Make a guess.
Yeah,
No. Since you put it in the right place, you get to guess.
Guess the rule.
Yeah. Try it.
I think it's something with a number.
Exactly.
All right. So you have to be very specific. Like, what is the rule? What is the number rule?
I think he's going for like.
Yes.
One card was drawn, and he believes it doesn't follow the rules.
Yep.
He put it on the side.
Very simple.
There, yeah.
Very simple.
Can we make a guess on the rules?
Yeah. You just have to put it in the right place, whether it's yes or no. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, he can guess the rule right now.
What you're looking for number 2? 4 different numbers. So I can select. So you come up with a rule. She gets the rule.
You got it? You got it. Okay, you come up. You be the next oracle.
Okay.
You're done.
Okay, I'm done.
as long as he didn't get it, that's fine. Sorry? No, come up here.
Yeah, you will just select the root and then we are going to build the numbers. Yeah.
And this would be Jack's 11.
A very simple root.
Okay. Yeah, here, you can choose any. Kind of a fun one.
Do you mean here the shape?
Yeah, the shape. You know what this one means? Face? Non-face?
You mean the
like king or queen? Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You got it?
I need to tell you what?
No, you can. I mean, you can if you want to.
No, I'll just go for
this one?
This is the one you choose.
Yeah, it's okay. That's fine. You can use it. They might not suspect it. You got it. Who got the rule? Yeah. And what was the rule?
Accept the rules.
Odd numbers. Okay. All right. Come. You be the next oracle. Okay. You can choose from the list here.
And it's not the sequence because 8, 2, 10. King 3, 10.
Oh, you can keep it. Yeah, you keep it. You don't have to. You can if you want. Okay.
Because I was thinking that maybe the rule is that these needs to be same color or larger.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, but it's not because look, yeah.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna take a picture of this.
We need to please.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. Yes. So we need another red.
Okay.
No, guys, give it a shot. What's the shirt? Put this. Okay.
What's the rule? Because if you get a right answer here, then you have the right to get.
That's correct. You're being very nice. You got it? Okay. Okay. Who's the winner? You got it? Yeah. Okay. Come on up. Oh yeah. Okay. You can choose one, or you can make up your own. Since you know how. So you can choose one of these. Ooh, this is gonna. You want to try that one? Ooh, evil. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then the king is 13. Yeah. Okay.
नहीं जिसके पास जा रहे हैं वो क्लोजअप देगा।
अभी देखो ना जैसे ये लोग चारों ग्रुप बैठे हुए हैं, चार ग्रुप बैठे हुए हैं, थोड़ा सा इधर कम देखो ना, रिकॉर्डिंग जब लगा हुआ है
Yes, yes, so sorry.
I think it's black.
Yeah, I got it.
Black, red. Then black, then red, then black, then red. Yes. Yeah, already.
So if I consider this here, no.
Yeah, I just, you know.
We got it. I believe it's, yes. Yeah. What is the purpose? Yeah. No. Just the name. Yeah, the name of. Just the name of the rule itself. If you are familiar with the rule itself. I know. No. Just even all that connection.
She's talking about the first game that we played. It's a wordle game. So the keyword is just basically word.
Oh, is it coffee break time? Yeah. You've only played one time?
No, we played only one time.
Yeah, you should play at least twice. Yeah, well, let's see. Is it coffee? Yeah, you're the oracle. What time is our coffee break? It's at 2? Okay, in 5 minutes we'll take a break. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, come on up. Okay. Here are your options. That's very simple, yeah. Put it on. Okay, go for it.
How are you?
The first card is always right. Yeah. Is the first card right? It's this.
The first card is always right. Yeah, exactly. It cannot be wrong.
This one, no.
Okay, you get to guess. You get to guess if you want.
Alternate black, red, black, red.
Okay. Okay, come on up.
I was using this, but
I think they're ready for a challenge. I have just the challenge. Well, here you're a math person, so maybe this would be kind of fun.
Oh my god.
Or here's another fun.
Oh no.
Anyway,
They will not get that.
you can do this one. Whatever you get to pick. You're the oracle, or you can make your own. Okay.
And then the first number may not be right. The first card may not be right.
Well, if they rule it. Oh, I see. Yeah.
I start by
Yeah. Okay.
place.
Right.
you already selected the
Within 2 guesses, you got it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's come up with some. Now you want to? No.
That was my rule.
That was your rule.
2 pictures. That's what it was. The rule is it has a picture on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not
Interesting. Yeah, right. So that was the kind of like look of the draw, right? Because you got 2 and you were able to kind of see. Yeah. Good.
I'm trying to think what's the moral of the story.
Ooh, is there a moral? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. You guys have played at least 2 times? 3 times? I think they're having a coffee. If you want to take a 5-minute break and get a coffee or whatever and come back. Okay. Your second time? You can play another one. I know it's coffee break time. So if you want, you can play some more. You can take a break. Okay. You want to do another rule? Okay, feel free to take a coffee break. We'll get started in about 7 minutes. We'll come back at 5:35 after.
It's said by my IT person and another.
If this is the case, it is you want to.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay.
Oh, you want anything from Scottish University in Dubai?
Thank you. Okay, you can take a break if you want. We'll come back in a few minutes. I mean, whatever you guys want to do. Good one. Some of them is the simplest ones are the hardest ones, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, take a break. We'll start back at 35 after the hour. Yeah, we'll start back at 35 after. Yeah, take a quick break if you want. You don't have to.
Because in the shops, they actually sell cartons.
They do?
I'm not sure if I've seen
holding their maturity capability.
Yeah.
So we know that
they might be they treat it differently because
yeah.
It's kind of gambling.
Yeah, exactly. If the cards are just a game, but the chips mean it's like gambling. And, I don't know.
Also, how can we release value sooner? These kind of things aren't done.
Okay. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, the secret rules. Here's what some of the options were. Did anybody do Fibonacci? You did?
That's difficult.
It's all about Fibonacci.
Did they get the answer?
Yeah.
They guessed it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, you can take this and play it with your teams or play it with your family, whatever.
I started with 0.5.
What?
We created a number in our company. 0.5 because.
Oh no.
And I used it's Fibonacci, but I used another way to do estimation to make it easier for the team. So basically, we take a bunch of tickets. We just make an order from the easiest one to the hardest one, and this becomes the pattern. The easiest one is the 1-story point, and the hardest is 13. And each time we estimate the tickets, we take this pattern of tickets and say, was it easier or harder?
Yeah.
Or the same?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So yeah, but I'm proud of your team. You guys guessed it through on the cards, right? You didn't have a 0.5 card, right? No. You just tore it one in half. Anyway, okay. So anyway, what did we learn? What was that one about?
We learned to listen to each other.
Okay.
We learned to maybe give it another try to know more.
Okay. Yeah. Pattern recognition. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
There's always a logic behind each cell and you are thinking.
Yeah. So there's always logic behind it. So you're always thinking. Every single card, you're developing a hypothesis. You're changing your hypothesis. Maybe. Was that hard?
No.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Why was it hard?
Especially in the first round, we had one of the rules that does really not make any sense until you saw a bigger picture.
Yeah.
So then it was like, oh, there's no sense of
this
until you saw enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and that
learning is also that you need to see enough.
Yeah, exactly.
And try enough. And maybe another one is that when we get the card right, it's beneficial to guess, try some.
Yeah.
Because even that triggers idea.
Yeah, exactly.
From the other.
Yeah, and it can be frustrating to not know, or to have an assumption that's you've been holding for a while. You're like, oh, I think I know the rule, and then the next card is like, no, that doesn't follow the rule. and you have to kind of like rethink your whole life. You know, it's like, yeah, go ahead.
Also, you were keeping like we were getting the indication that we are right, but we are not there yet.
Yeah.
And that's what actually helped us to keep that aside and then understand the pattern, the logic behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
And brainstorming as well.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Adding value in each iteration.
Yeah, it's almost like, here's how I think it. It's like the solution space is like this, right? And then you start gradually. Now it's in here. This is not. And then you're like, well, it's maybe not here. So, right? And so you're gradually eliminating until you get there.
The theory of elimination, basically.
Yeah, yeah. And so so some of the cards follow the rule, some are on the side. Would one feel better than the other?
Yeah, we were feeling that we're getting there, we're getting closer, because Steve was actually documenting what does not matches, and then we were also looking at the pattern which does matches.
Yep.
So we're looking at different alternatives.
Yeah. So did anybody have a sequence where like most of the cards were on the main line?
Nothing wrong?
No.
Nothing was wrong. Nothing didn't fall, or like most of it.
Yeah, maybe close enough.
Close? Okay. Or contrary wise, everything was on the sideline. There were only a couple things in the main line. Like so, you had that, yeah. So again, getting a thing that confirms or disconfirms, they're both equal value, right? So again, this is what the idea is, to be okay with failing as simply learning. Were you failing? Like when the card was on the sideline, was that a failure?
Another learning.
It's just another learning. Exactly. So this is the kind of mindset. So this is good. You can do with your teams, just to kind of get your teams and yourself even, like it's almost like, are you familiar with martial arts, like a kata? Does anybody do martial arts? Like judo or karate?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us what a kata is.
Well, that's karate.
Oh,
but it's,
yeah. Sorry.
I guess they're patterns, right?
Patterns, yeah.
So Wing Chun or Kung Fu, they're patterns
Yep.
to start with.
Yeah.
But then there is also breaking the rules.
Yeah, right. But it's like a routine that you go through.
Yes.
And so again, like if your team's stuck, or it's like kind of you want to get kind of fresh thinking, just play this, because it kind of frees your mind to say, all right, any kind of learning is going to be valuable. We don't want to get focused on confirming our hypothesis, confirmation bias, right? Okay, so again, just going back, what is this routine? The kata of scientific thinking is this. So we define a question, right? What is the rule? That's our question. And then we say, well, let's observe what's going on here. Well, this one apparently does follow the rule. This one doesn't. I don't quite know why, but that's going to lead me to form a hypothesis, right? So even early on, maybe it was hard after the first card. Could you have a hypothesis at that point? I mean, it would be a wild guess. But you're still already making hypotheses, okay? And then you're testing that. So you say, oh, okay, well, this doesn't follow the rule. Okay, develop a new hypothesis, right? So that's the pattern. That's the kind of thinking mindset we want to have with respect to whatever it is. So whether we're making changes to our team ways of working, a product idea, etc. Okay, so I don't know if anyone knows the Grateful Dead band. It's a great lyric. I ain't often right, but I've never been wrong. All right, so this to me is like confirmation bias mindset, right? So it's like, if you're never wrong, there's probably a problem there, right? So the concept of information theory, basically, if we think about, this is why I asked you if you had stuff that was always on the main line. So if you're always getting stuff on the main line, every card is a success, essentially. Where would you plot that on this probability of success? Everything is on. Yeah.
Everything is a success?
Everything is on the main line. There's no failures. There's no sideline cards. Where would that be on probability of success? Over here, yeah? Right? And so if we look at that, like 100% of the time, every card is succeeding. Would you be able to learn anything about the hypothesis?
No, it's hard.
It would be very hard. Likewise, there was the gentleman, I think he's not in the room anymore, but he proposed a rule at the very beginning. Does anybody remember what his rule was? it was like, it has to be like a king or something. It was like some kind of very, yeah, it has to be a specific card, right? So if they had actually played that, thankfully you guys didn't, but it would have been a good lesson because everything's failing. There's only one possible card that gives you success. Where would you plot that on this? Over here, right? It would be like 1%, right? So we see, like when there's given two choices, the information, the maximum or optimal information value is when we're failing about half of the time, right? So if we think about our game, so just a few of these things. So you guys did Fibonacci? You guys did too? No, you didn't do it. You do it in your team, right? So, oh, you didn't do it. Okay, you're just saying that you do it in your. Okay, never mind. All right. So we talked about doing this. You guys didn't do it though, I don't think, right? But anyway, but if that had been your rule, your probability of success would have been 46%, right? So if we think about our information theory, right? Right, it would have been like about here, 46, right? So again, that's high learning. We want to be in this high learning zone, all right? Likewise, prime number would have been over here a little bit. Must be the same color or follow suit, a little bit higher over here. A little more difficult. So again, whether it's on this side or on this side, the more success we're having, or the less feedback. It's about feedback. We're learning less. All right. So if you think about this, it's basically a series of bets. Then we're trying to make bets to get us closer in here. If this is what we have to find, we're using bets to get closer to it. And so anything that we think about, there's a probability of it happening, and the outcome of it, and the outcome of it not happening. So that's how we have to think. We have to think like we're making plans. Anybody do like quarterly planning? Yep, it's got a bunch of features on it. What's the assumption you're making when you have a roadmap with features on it? Yeah. That you'll complete them, but okay, forecast. Okay, that you. But there's one thing that's like, can we deliver this thing? But the question is it the right thing? So the assumption is that they're all the right thing. It's very seldom the right thing, right? Because it's like if I had to say, if I do this, right? Here's the box. And I said, okay, on your roadmap, I want you to guess where this thing is. And you're like, it's going to be right here. Nope, it's not there. Okay, guess here. Nope, not there. Right? So you're trying to guess where this thing is when you know the least amount of information. So instead of having a roadmap for your quarter or whatever, think about an outcome and then think about, we're going to try this thing and this bet. Oh, maybe it works on the third bet. Maybe it takes 10, you know, like you're talking about over here. You need to try a lot of things before you can learn. So anyway, okay. So Don Reinertsen wrote the book about product management flow, product development flow. He talks about truncating unproductive paths quickly. What does that mean? Elimination. Stop when you get a wrong answer. I can't tell you how many teams I worked with. It's on their goal, like the personal goals, or like on their roadmap, and they're like, we have to do this. And then they learn like halfway through, this is not the right thing, but they're like, well, it's on the roadmap, we have to deliver it anyway, right? This is insanity, right? So we want to do this. So we're going to play the lottery. I don't know, is the lottery legal? I don't want to like, okay. Anyway, whatever, let's play a game, okay? So we're going to play the lottery. These are the Verboten poker chips. We're not going to use poker chips, okay? What's that?
Which got you in trouble?
This got me in trouble. We're not going to use this. We're going to use this. These are not going to get us in trouble. All right. So I'm going to give you some money. Okay. This is some money. You should have 20 money. I won't even tell you what denomination it is. All right. What currency? Okay. So you got some money, and these are your bets. Okay. You guys get to bet here. All right, so we're going to play the lottery. It's a very simple lottery. All right, so you're already in teams, and so you're gonna buy tickets. All right, lottery tickets, which I have here. These are not confiscated. I have them, and basically I've got you $20. We're gonna play multiple rounds, and I'll ask you if you want to keep playing. Okay. So there's two types of tickets. One is the blue, which are these guys, and then one is the green. Has anybody read Don Reinertson's book, by the way? Principles of Product Development Flow? Okay, good. So you. Sorry? Ah, right. Okay, so I should tell you what these mean. So the ones that have a 5 are worth 5. They're like this one?
Yes.
And then the ones that don't have anything on them, they're just 1.
Okay.
Exactly.
Considering you done.
1. So you should have 20 points total. Like you should have 2 5s and 10 1s.
Yes.
Okay, let me know. And no cheating. I know there's extra mats on the table. You can create money, right? That's what we do in the United States. If we run out of money, we just print more. Okay, so.
So there's no 25.
Yeah, just one. There's no 25. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. When you buy a blue ticket, it's a complete ticket with 2 numbers. Okay. When you buy a green ticket, you buy 1 at a time. Okay. It'll be random. Don't worry. Okay. So I want you to discuss in your team. To start with, do you want to buy blue tickets or green tickets to start with? Okay. Talk with your teammates, and you can't buy both right now. You just need to decide which one you want to buy to start with.
What is the value?
The green one, we can add the number ourselves.
No. You just have to buy the ticket 1 at a time. So it costs the same, right? So you get $2. You get a 2-digit ticket. Otherwise, you buy 1 at a time. The payoff is the same, okay? So it's very simple. There's only 3 numbers, all right? So it's 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to do a spinner. And for blue tickets, I generate your complete 2-digit number. I give it to you, basically. And then for green tickets, you buy the first one, and then I spin. And then you can decide whether you want to buy the second one after you figure out what the first digit is. Okay? And then you get $16 if you win. Okay. Quickly decide how you want to start. All right? You want green tickets or blue tickets? You can decide how many to buy. It's $1. The cost of it's the same overall cost. So you get 2 tickets, or you get a 2-digit ticket for $2, or you get if you want to try to win, you have to have 2 digits anyway. So you have to pay $2 total. It's $1 per number.
Just a follow-up. So this will be a random or it should be 22 on all of them?
It'll be a random ticket. They're all random.
When we get to green, we can list the one.
No, it has to be in the sequence that you receive it. Okay? Okay. Yeah. You can decide whether to buy the second digit. Okay, so if you're like, I want to buy 1 green, I give you this. I spin the wheel, and it comes up 1. Then you want to buy the second digit? You can do that.
I can decide this if I want to have a 2-digit one.
You can buy the second digit. Yeah.
We can mix it up this by next time.
Well, to start, I want you to either buy green or blue. Yeah. One ticket at a time. Well, you can buy as many as you want, actually. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, the first one.
No. Second round.
in the section of the it becomes 32. So we lose that. We let it go and the next time we could.
Yes.
Right? But that is not the second one.
We start again. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go. Each spin you buy one. Yeah. You can if you have a green ticket, you'll have to choose whether to buy another one. Okay. Table in the back. You guys want blue or green tickets? Blue tickets. Okay. Blue tickets in the back. Okay. Good. Okay. What do you guys want?
We're just pausing until you.
You're pausing. Okay. All right. You're gonna wait till everyone. What do you guys want?
Just by two, which ones?
Oh, don't tell me how many you want. Just tell me, are you blue or green right now? Green?
We cannot mix.
Not yet. Green. Okay, you guys are green. Okay, and then you guys here? You're going green. Go green. Okay. All right. Okay, middle table. Green. You just wait. You just wanted to see what everybody else is doing. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to come by and I ask you to buy tickets. All right. So, how many blue tickets do you want for the first round? How many would you like to buy?
How many blue tickets?
Yes, they're $2 a piece. You want to buy two? Buy three? Two. All right. $4, please. Okay, great, thank you. Okay, and you guys are buying green tickets. How many first digits would you like to have? How many first digits would you like? How many green tickets do you want? That's right. How many you want? Yeah, that's right. What do you want? You want 2, 3, 5? 5. Okay, 1, 2. And keep them in a column. You said 6, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, take your money. Thank you. Okay. All right. How many you guys want? How many first digits of a green tickets do you want?
So we can buy green. How many do we want? 9?
No, you can just buy one if you want.
9. Just go all in, man.
9. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'll take your money. Thank you. All right. No, hold on. Okay, how many green tickets would you like? You want 3? Okay. Take your money. 1, and keep these in the place, okay? 2, 3. Okay. All right. Okay, you guys ready for the spins? Okay. Okay, so this is the first digit of the winning lottery ticket. Okay, the first digit. So I'm going to put it here like this. Okay. The first digit of the winning ticket. Are you ready?
Yes.
Exciting? Oops. Kind of anticlimactic.
Speed.
Yeah, thank you. There we go. Okay. It's 3. Okay. All right. So 3. Okay. All right. So
We've got 3 threes.
you want to buy? Do you want to buy more tickets?
No.
Well, you haven't won yet. But do you want to buy a second digit? So you said you had 3s? Okay. Do you want to buy a second ticket on this one? Yeah, you already. But you need a second digit, right?
Can I use on this one?
No. These are the first digits.
it might be a third.
Okay, sorry. Do you want to buy a second digit for this one?
No.
No? You want to buy a second for this one?
So you have to buy for the second again. The odds of your next day coming again.
Are you done?
Well, if we're done, we don't win, right?
Correct.
So we have to buy something to I don't know what we win, but maybe we take that 5.
You win $16 if you win if you get the winning lottery.
Okay, so let's take the 5 and buy 5.
Well, no, you have to buy green.
Three.
You want 3 green tickets.
Oh no, but number 3. We're buying number 3.
Well, you can buy them for these if you want, but these are already lost.
Okay, so 3 green.
You want 3 greens? Okay, I'll give you $2 back. There we go. All right, here you go. You get 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Do you guys want to buy some? No, you can buy random tickets. You have to buy the second ticket.
We don't want to buy anything here.
You don't want to buy anything, yeah, because you've already lost. Okay, that's fine. Okay, do you guys want to buy a second ticket?
Do we have to pay whatever we want?
Yeah, you push it. If you want to buy tickets, the second digit, you can put it on. Like you probably don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. So we buy 2.
You want 2? Yeah.
Yeah. Buy 2. We have to 1 year.
Correct.
If we buy 4, can we use?
No. Yeah. You want 2? $2, please. Okay. All right. Hold on. You guys already bought your tickets, so you're fine. You want more tickets? Well, hold on. Thank you. 5 minutes. Okay. All right. So you guys need 2. You're buying 2? Hold on. 1, 2. Okay. Okay. All right. Here's the second digit of the winning ticket, okay? You ready? You won, okay. You knew it. Okay, you won. You got 1 winning ticket?
Yeah.
All right, you get $16. All right. All right. There's 5. Yeah, it's close enough. Something like that. I think something like that. Okay. All right. Did you guys win? All right. You won 1. Okay. Here. We'll make this a 5. That's a 5. We'll make this a 5. This is 5. All right. You got 16. Did you guys win? No, not this time. Okay. Okay. We have 5 minutes left. We're going to play one more round, okay? Do you guys want to change your strategy? Yes? Okay. What do you guys want to do? Tell me how many tickets of what color you want to buy.
Those numbers are
9 greens? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, they have to. You're buying the first digit. 3. Okay, that's fine. You buy 3? All right, you got 3. How many do you guys want? You want to buy 3 tickets? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
It's like buying 10 lottery tickets.
That's right, exactly.
It doesn't.
All right, thanks, okay? Yes?
The number will be the one you want, right?
Correct, yep.
This is only our first digit.
Correct. So you
It's going to be one of these, right? So
yeah.
it doesn't make sense to say.
You could. I mean, like say, yeah. So say for example, I give you 3 and 3, right? And say the number is 3, then you're still alive on these ones, right? So, okay.
We will take that.
You invited 2 more? Okay. All right. 2. You figure. Okay. All right. You guys want blue? 10 greens. Okay. Here. I'll let you sort out. You can count them out. All right. What kind of tickets do you want and how many? You can do combination if you want. No, those are dead. They're no longer good. They're all good. That was for the last lottery. Yeah, so they're gone. All right.
Let's go a bit more.
How many would you like? 8 greens? Okay, here, I'll let you just sort them out. Give me some money.
So that means if at all you get a combination.
All right.
So now we need
They gonna give me?
Give you one.
I can't. You guys are the problem children. I need to watch you guys.
No, this is.
You need them?
The blue one.
Blue one. You buying a blue one?
Yeah.
Did you get from the last round?
Yeah.
No, that's over. That was. I mean, you can keep them as like a souvenir. All right. Okay. I'm taking your money. These are your.
This was by accident.
Okay. These are the first digits. Okay. Okay. All right. Has everybody bought tickets? You guys buy enough? Okay. You ready for the second round? Second round. Okay, the first digit is this.
Okay.
It's 1. Okay. Does anybody want to buy more tickets? Okay. 3 more? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys want to buy more?
We were owning you a little bit, so we only buy one.
1, okay. No, you only have 1 ticket. Yeah. Okay. All right, do you guys want to buy more? You can buy 2? For which ones? You don't have to. You can go home. No, you cannot. That's your ticket. Have you ever played the lottery? Okay, do you guys want to buy more?
Yeah, 1.
Okay, 1. You just want to buy 1? No, these are gone. No, yeah, okay. You have 5 tickets that are still alive. Do you want to buy a second digit on these guys? You do?
Yeah. Because we lost to the other digits.
Okay. Yeah, more tickets? No, it's a random thing. You have to pay more for that.
If anything,
you can if you want.
But we have already bought it.
No, it's a random ticket. It's a random. 2 more? Which ones? You want one for there? You can't. No, that's a ticket. This is like a full ticket. You can't exchange. You're good. You guys are good. Okay. Okay. You guys good? That's your ticket? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. We got to wrap up, guys. We got to wrap up. So here's the second digit of the winning ticket. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to give a double spin. Really fast spin. 1. Anybody win? Did anybody win this time? You guys went in the back? Yay! Okay, congratulations. I owe you $16. Okay, I think we have to wrap up, but I just wanted to kind of talk about what happened here and what's going on. Okay, so if you need to leave, that's fine. But basically, here's what's happening, right? So this is allowing us to hack the system, taking advantage of asymmetric information. All right? So who thinks after playing and after maybe looking at this that the better strategy was using green tickets? Yes. Okay. Who thinks the better strategy was blue tickets? Okay. Why did you say green? Why is green the better strategy?
At first, we decided to go with second one because we don't have that thought in our mind that the probability will be less.
Yes.
As compared to come the single digit.
Yep.
So that's why we choose.
That's fine. No judgment. It's a learning, right? So, but why is green better?
Because of the second.
Being a single digit has much more possibilities.
More possibilities? Can you say more?
You can make much more better combinations when you have a single digit.
Okay. Well, it's the same combinations, right? It's either you have 3 options in the first one and 3 options. It's the same number of combinations. Yeah.
On the second round, we would just be picking the green number only for the winner.
Yes, right. That's optionality. Okay, so here you have feedback. So you're building in a feedback loop halfway through, and you're finding out, do I want to continue or not? And believe it or not, even though the tickets cost the same, you're actually hacking it, like I said, to get an advantage, right? So even though, did it feel bad when you bought like that one green ticket and you lost and you didn't get a chance to buy the second digit? It felt bad because you lost. Yeah. You're like, I've already lost. I don't even have a chance. But you did have a chance, right? You actually had the best chance of closing out early, right? And so this is the idea. We want to hack the system, so to speak. And you're going to actually make more money over time if you're playing green tickets, because you get to fail fast. You get to truncate unproductive options. OK, so this is just kind of the math behind it. But anyway, just to say, and maybe I'll close with this. So if any of these things are happening in your environment, so done just means like I can release it. Like I don't care what happens if it meets anyone's needs. You're probably wanting to do something different. That's like you're just assuming you're right. And we want to optimize for being wrong. Most good product companies, they fail like 50 to 80% of the time on their first try. Just like you guys were doing in Wordle, just like you did in the card game, right? Just like you're doing here, right? You fail on a few of those. If no feature ever fails, or if planning starts with features rather than outcomes, you might want to think about doing things a little differently. Okay, and this is a great quote from Dan. The only real risk is thinking you have a winning strategy when you have a losing one, right? So blue tickets, they make you think you have a winning strategy, right? But you're deluding yourself. Okay, so I think I'll just mention this between 50 and 80% failure rates, right? Who's doing experiments? Right here. Oh, this is interesting. Microsoft, this guy kind of led their experimentation group. Only 1/3 of the experiments were successful at improving the key metric. But that's great, because the ones that were successful paid off a lot. So right, that's why you made money when you played the slaughter game. Okay, so there's a thing for you. I think I'll just close with this. The 3-arm sweater. Has anybody heard of this? Do you know the company Etsy? It's big in the United States. It's like a handicrafts marketplace. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So this is something that they have in their office, apparently. I've never been there. But can you tell me what it is? A sweater? 1, 2, 3 arms. All right, okay. It's a mistake sweater, right? So they want to honor failures, intelligent failures, right? So this is like an award that they give people, right? So anyway, I just want to encourage you, learn from experimentation. It's okay to fail. You're actually just learning from invalidating or validating your hypotheses. All right. So anyway, I'll be around if you guys want to talk more about this later. I want to let everybody go to the next session. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you around.